Can you hear me now? Yeah, whoops. Wow, I've been talking to myself now for like roughly as long as the stream's been going for 7 minutes. I've been talking to myself. Not one of you have heard anything. Um, yeah, sorry about that. I always tend to have one little minor screw up. Getting the setup sometimes is just not the best. All right, so um, going back to what we were saying, well, what I was saying. Hopefully, I didn't overwrite my KSS. Let's see, mod 1. There we go. We'll save that. And what I was talking about before, we kind of have a general layout now of our KSS. Um, let's see, where's our KSS setup? There we go, right there. So I figured for my live streams, at least for Kerbal, we will do like the Kerbal Space Station, stuff like that. So I kind of threw together just very bare bones of what the station's going to be, at least for right now. And we're going to launch this module first, so that's what I was just building there. I intended on kind of building while we were on the stream, so that's kind of what I was doing before. We have these other two modules here, and then this nice little docking kind of station here where with 3 ports where you can dock up with whatever ships you got, transfer crew, transfer fuel, transfer ore, and refuel. So I figured that was the kind of a best setup possible, at least for right now. How's the stream coming in for you guys? Is everything all right? Because it's kind of telling me that the stream is like borderline, but the connection isn't not so good. But I got to work on that and figure out what's going on. Along with the bugs with my microphone and just about everything else. Let's see. All right. Well, so we'll get back to what we were building, and we'll load that, and let's get this launched, I guess, because there really isn't much else to do. We can check the staging, make sure that's right before we decide to just launch this all haphazardly. Yeah, okay, yeah, that looks good. So then we're going to get separation. And I think I might put this separately. Yeah, I'll put this separate. Let's see, that will decouple. And the main engine to fire up. I'll bring this up here. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, because if we have this engine fire and that decouple, that really isn't going to do us any good. So, all right, let's get this off the ground. Hopefully, there's no issues. I loved how it was just jittery right there, right in the very beginning. It's like just jumping around on the pad. I'm like, oh, wonderful. This thing's gonna explode. Control from air. There we go. Yeah, no, we do not need to. Actually, I should have checked one thing before launching, just to make sure. Yeah, I think everything's trying to sort out my video right now. Let's just check to make sure that this is going to be, relatively stable, at least when we get closer into orbit, because something tells me this isn't going to be the most controllable ship that I've ever flown. All right, that's empty of fuel. We have no ore here. I'll drain this RCS out just to save on the fuel. And all right, yeah, that's. We don't really need that RCS fuel, I should say. But trying to think of ways to make it a little bit more symmetrical, because I know this is going to cause us some issues when we get into orbit. But I think I'm going to put an extra SAS module on here just to make things a little bit easier on us. Maybe I'll put one on here as well, just to... Ooh, there we go. Yep, you get to see the innards. There we go. Yeah, we'll slap on an SAS module on here too. Just precautionary. All right, we'll save this. I think the ore tanks don't really weigh that much, so they're empty. So a lot of that stuff doesn't really matter so much. Yeah, I kind of know what you're talking about with the ballast. Yeah, I was thinking that putting something in there might, like putting like a little fuel tank there or something, but I kind of wanted to look control from here. There we go. And I don't think we need to throttle all the way up, so I'll just leave it at like 20 whatever this is, 33%. Yeah, we're gonna totally go off these engines only. Something seems a little off here with this launch. Plus it's a little quiet for me too. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the symmetry, to be honest. I mean, I think we got this all day. I mean, as long as with the SAS modules, it should be all right. The only thing I'm worried about right now is it is like insanely jittery. I do not know what the jittery nature of this is, where it's coming from. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the whole thing is just kind of like vibrating back and forth, which probably means that the Kraken is just working its way through the internal structure to just destroy everything. The mission is to the Kerbal Space Station. Get rid of these and turn on the main engine. Actually, full power. Ooh, this thing is this is a little bit easier to control compared to my last couple missions. Usually we do some kind of backflip as we're going, or front flip as we're going into orbit. So this is a little bit nicer. Just a smidgen. You know, I usually generally have a lot of issues with launches and stuff like that, because most of the time, I mean, I really don't launch anything anymore. So when I do get the opportunity to launch, I'm a little bit rusty at it. Plus building the stages, and the other thing too is like a lot of the times people will build like a custom rocket for every launch, and I don't know, I don't have the time for that kind of stuff. I really don't care that much about fuel efficiency. I mean, most of the time in this game you can do, when you're in space is when I really care about it, but other than that, I mean, I don't really care that much. Let's see. Yeah, we're adding modules to the Kerbal Space Station. So we're probably going to do 2. I don't know how long the stream's going to last, to be honest. I might go for a little while. I might play this, and then we'll jump on like World of Warships, or if you guys want to see that later, I can maybe try to work that out. I don't really know how easy it is to switch between games, but we can figure something out now. I mean, well, later, I should say. Let's pop our fairing off here, because we don't need it anymore. That's beautiful. And let's see, we're almost in orbit here. Well, I mean, not almost in orbit, but you guys know what I mean. We're looking good. We're looking very, very good. Very good. I'll let this go out a little bit. We don't need, because we're going up to, I believe, 200,000 or 300,000. 200,000? Yeah, 200,000. Looks like we lost our engine, so we will get rid of that. And hopefully everything goes as planned here. Yeah, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now I wonder with the electrical charge. Oh yeah, we got our yeah, I was thinking that we're gonna run out of electrical charge here. Yeah, the family of rockets thing too is kind of nice. I had sort of the same setup on like my older videos. I just but for the most part I usually just used one rocket to launch everything because I just did not want to waste the time. Although it is nice when you have a really, really, really good design that just works for everything, no matter what it is. I mean, obviously, a big rocket, if you put a small payload on it, it'll still pretty much do the same thing. You're just using a ton more fuel than what you should. All right, so we should be pretty good here. We're almost pretty much into orbit. An SLS? Yeah, that looks perfect. All right, set that as a target, and we're pretty much into orbit now. I mean, just got to do a little bit of a minor burn. Let's get rid of all of this spaghetti. There we go. I don't know who plays the game like that. I don't know why you need that many, all these connection points as far as all that stuff. But I ended up getting a few more satellites in orbit. So I put one. This is pretty much the furthest out orbit you can get from Kerbin before it pretty much will be, heading, getting into orbit around the sun. So we got that one. I got one that's in orbit around Minmus, and I put one that's in a, was it a Kerbal stationary orbit or whatever. That one, because the satellite network was a little terrible that I had before, so I figured the best thing I should do is at least set up a bunch of that. Pretty much most of them are all relays, if you want to put it that way. I mean, that's the main point, is just to get the signal to Minmus and everywhere else, because I was having a lot of issues where I was trying to build on Minmus, and the part that I was landing or whatever was being controlled remotely, and then I would lose signal and then crash into the surface, which was always absolutely wonderful. Just made my day every time it happened. We'll add a maneuver here, and then let's see how much. Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. This is gonna be absolutely beautiful. We're gonna not even have to do much to get docked up here. Or at least meet up with the KSS. As long as we're in the ballpark, I'll be happy. Yeah, that's wonderful. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm probably going to have a massive stomach ache in the morning. I ended up buying a whole bunch of I don't know what it is, but I like watch these videos of people eating disgusting food on YouTube. I don't know why. I have like an obsession for this. And yeah, I went out and bought some disgusting food, and I pretty much could eat like 2 bites of it and just threw it all away. So let's see. Yeah, I am. I have like a stream of my video playing, so I kind of see what you guys are seeing right now. Let's see. You gotta do a little burn here, and then we should be lined up. I'll wait until it gets down here. That way we can make sure everything's lined up right. Oh god. There we go. I don't know what happened there, but my oh god. Yeah, that whoops. Oh, I did a little bit of burn pass. I don't know what's going on. I think I was just pushing the wrong keys. Sometimes my hand just does not sit right on the keys, and then I end up doing slight mistakes. If I ate 50 McNuggets in one sitting, I would die. I try not to eat fast food at all, generally. Most of the time, I try to be as healthy as I possibly can, which doesn't really help out so much the fact of the kind of job I have. So I find myself going to fast food every once in a while. So things happen. I can't even pronounce. Is your name Etany? Etany? Yes, I'll eat raw fish. I don't care. Um, it took me 2 weeks to learn how to dock in this game, and when I finally found out how to dock, like once I got two ships close enough to each other to dock, I found out that I put the docking ports on backwards, so I couldn't even dock the two ships that I had. So yeah, if you want to complain about stuff like that, I just think about how much of a derp moment that is. I got close enough. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna finally dock for the first time. And I found out that docking ports are on backwards. I literally wanted to break things. I was so angry. I've been to every celestial body in this game. Entity? Entity. Yeah, entity. Entity. Docking's really easy. Once you figure it out, it's stupidly easy. All right, let's get our burn on here and get this lined up a little bit better. That way we'll come flying at the station at hundreds of meters per second, which is always a good thing. I'm gonna assume, hopefully, that everything is worked out with the station as far as the Kraken attacks that we've been getting when we get close to the base. So I'm gonna probably quick save here before we get close, just in case something happens, or maybe I'll do it once we get closer to the base too, and just to cover our asses a couple times. I generally don't have good planning when it comes to a lot of these things, so let's see. Get a little bit closer since we got a pretty powerful engine, so we can slow ourselves down pretty quickly. Get this lined up. Let's see. All right, that's 0.2 kilometers, which is not bad. And we're at 100 meters a second, which is still going pretty damn fast. All right, this should be at 0, 0. And we'll just burn away that speed really nice and slowly. I would say dock in low curb in orbit. If you do it in high, it kind of is easier in some aspects because the speed is slower, but you have to wait much longer as far as when you actually meet up with your intended target. So there's positives and negatives to all of it. And oh Jesus, there we go. I would say do we at like 75 kilometers or something like that. 75, between like 75 and 100 is usually not too bad to do it in, because if you I feel like if you make mistakes, it's really easy to correct. Yeah, the geostationary stuff though it's doing it without any mods or anything is extremely annoying. Just so you know, that is not a fun thing to do. So I did not have a lot of fun doing that, and part of me wanted to just use what is it? What is the program I use? I forget. It's the editor, the whatever the editor is for the game, because I just, part of me just does not have the time to want to, and the patience for some of that stuff. Especially if things go wrong, it's just never fun. All right, so we'll cancel the speed. It looks like I left the old tank on there. Oh god, we need to slow down. We'll use the engines because I'm an idiot. There we go. I was burning the wrong way. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so we got to disconnect this one. It doesn't... I think I saved this just in case something happens, so I'll probably end up moving this. Let's get rid of this pesky tank. Where is it? I'm like, where is it? How do I decouple it? I think I'll put this up here somewhere or something like that. I don't even know where I'm going to put it. I don't know what kind of issues you're having as far as building, but a lot of the times you need to work with the core parts and stuff. That looks like it's about to hit the voltaic. That doesn't look good. I'm going to get this away from the base just a little bit. I don't feel comfortable with that. And this one will cancel out any of the speed here. That way we're not going to float away. And this one we need to take control of without RCS. There we go. And level this off a little bit. It's a lot easier to get your bearings with docking without using any power, control, without any RCS control. So it looks like this also got changed, possibly? I don't know. Bigger rocket. Yes. Anytime, if at first you don't succeed, build a much bigger rocket. Then that will save you some time and energy and effort. Okay, yeah. Let's go this way. This is gonna be beautiful. This is gonna dock up in like 2 seconds. I'm trying to pay attention to you guys' chat, but it's moving on just a little bit too quickly for me to pay attention. It's also kind of hard to read dock and play the game and pay attention all at the same time. Yeah, I mean, generally with docking, you need to learn how to do the rendezvous. Then once you get the best thing I would say is don't pack lightly for your first docking. Is bring as much RCS fuel as you can. That way, because you're going to make a ton of mistakes trying to figure out just your translation controls and how to get something docked up as really quickly. And then once you figure out the translation and how all that works, then after that you're pretty much gonna be golden. Because for me, that was like the biggest thing, is just kind of figuring out the translation and how it all works, especially in the beginning. So I'm gonna have to quick save here because I don't trust the station, and I don't trust what's about to happen here. All right, let's quick save before I go forward and accept my fate as to whatever that's going to be. Oh wow, nope, that's not working right. And we should have a good docking here in like 2 seconds. Beautiful. No Kraken? No Kraken attacks? Wonderful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, so do I have any Kerbals on this? I don't think I put any Kerbals in. So, yeah, I don't think there's anyone in here. But we do have a new crew hab with this module. A little bit of ore storage, so it's only like 225 storage. Got more radiators, which, you know, if you guys haven't noticed already, I mean, we need more radiators on this base because we just can't. We don't have enough. Just there isn't enough. And I put a little accelerometer on here. I'm sure that has like literally nothing, no information when you're not in the science mode. And I can't help but feel like this is the wrong direction, but I'm not entirely sure. Or that maybe we have it docked up on the wrong end. Something tells me it's docked up on the wrong end, if anything. We'll have to take a look at that here shortly. Let's get this other module docked back up. I think I'll just dock it somewhere in the middle here or something like that. So, do another docking. Just one more docking. And do we really need this module? I think I should just get rid of it, to be honest. Well, actually, no, I'm going to save this, because in case I have to move that module, this is the only way we'll be able to do that. I don't know why this is so wonky, but I'm having a lot of trouble controlling this. Yep, docking is a very, very fine art. I used to be able to take off and then like meet up with a station or something. It's all about timing basically, and you can just figure it. I mean, if you have stuff that's if you use like MechJeb and stuff like that, it can do all that stuff for you and make your day much easier. But I like playing the game. I don't like having the game being played for me. Although it probably would be really, really wonderful to have that, or at least to some degree, with these mega ships and stuff I build, because a lot of those ships are generally a real big pain in the ass to control, and pretty much everything involving them is just a pain in the ass because it's because there's so many parts. There's so many parts that like your frame rate just is in the toilet the entire time. So just doing basic maneuvering and stuff like that just takes forever. It'd be nice to have something take control of that. Also, I don't know if in this game if you can still dock like 4 docking ports together at the same time like you used to. That's the other thing I'll have to test out eventually. Because that was one of the things I learned you could do, and I took advantage of it at every point in time. If you guys will go back and watch some of my mega ships, docking like 7 docking ports at once. Alright, let's see. We gotta orientate ourselves down. The controls really don't tell me where I have to go. There we go. The RTGs you're referring to are the thermal panels or whatever. I don't plan on putting anything else on here other than those. Push, go forth and accept ye fate. Actually, before we do that, we'll quick save again, just in case. I just have this dread that the Kraken is going to attack this thing at any point in time, because for some reason I just do not have any luck with this, ever. Never ever have any luck. Alright, that's looking good. We should just dock right up and it should be nice and beautiful and not have a single worry in our minds. Alright, turn off that RCS and the SAS. Perfect. Alright, let's get back to the ground and then we will add our next module. And I gotta check to make sure that this is all set up right. So we'll quick save one more time and then we'll quick save and then we'll get back to the ground here to get our next module up. Let's see, Space Center. There we go. Now I got time to look at the chat and talk to you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Let's look at our layout here as far as how our base is supposed to look. I always wish I could just look at the blueprint. I can't do escape pods just yet because right now it's currently unmanned. So it looks like, yeah, I did go to the wrong end of the station, I think. Compared to what we have. I think I docked it up on this side, so this needs to move over here. So if anything, I think I might just launch this second module of HABs. Otherwise, I might do the little RCS one. I don't know. Actually, we could do the crazy one here, this big crazy piece. I don't know how balanced this is going to be, but it probably isn't going to be terrible. I could probably do that. Yeah, I mean, why not? It's gonna be that will be quite a challenge. Let me just reattach this. That way we can take on this challenge. All right. This will be our. There we go. Yeah, get rid of this. So we won't do the escape pods, but we'll do the main truss piece that's going to go for where we'll put like 1 or 2 escape pods. You know, we'll have like 1 or 2, just like how the real International Space Station has. I don't know how many they have at one single time, but I know they have at least like 1 of the Soyuz capsules attached. Okay, yeah, I got kind of lost as to what I was doing. Yeah, there we go. So we don't have to wait all this time for the launcher. Have the launcher come to us. I don't think I'm going to be able to do a fairing for this either. That's not going to be a possibility. Otherwise, I'll have to use that massive one. Well, some of the ore containers, some of them are for decoration, kind of to make it look less bland looking. But some of them, well, they will serve a purpose because this station will be able to convert over ore to fuel. That was kind of one of the plans. But I mean, I put them on there too because I feel like some parts of the station look a little bland if you don't have them on there. We'll put this on there. Lower that down. I'm trying to make the station look like the ISS to some degree. I mean, not obviously it's not going to be 100%. Plus, I kind of want to do my own thing with it anyways. So you can see where it has some similarities. Let's see. What was I looking for? Yeah, I'm going to try putting a fairing on this. I don't know if it's going to do anything or not. Obviously, we can only go out so far. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. So let's try this without a fairing and see what happens. This should be interesting. I'll put a couple structural pieces on here. That way we have a little bit better support, but who knows how well that's gonna work, if at all. These gotta get moved. I used to play career a little bit, but I just don't like. I honestly enjoy playing the sandbox game, and I like doing everything in sandbox. I don't really care so much for the career. It's just not my thing so much. I mean, it's cool, but it's cool to like a certain extent to me, because it's just, I'd much rather just play the game and enjoy it like I've always have. It's too restrictive for me, and I get too flustered because I can't put parts where I want them, and some of the parts that I want I don't have at that time or whatever. Let's see, what else do we need? Let's just see if this is stable. I'm gonna put probably another SAS module on here like I did with the other one, just to make sure that we have a little bit better control. I mean, it seems pretty much straight down the middle, which isn't bad, but, you know, we'll find out when we actually get into orbit. But I think just for good measure, I'll throw on another SAS module just to ensure our survival. And mod 2. That will save it like that. Hopefully I didn't save over the KSS. With my luck, I did. I think your best bet to do a station is to the best way to do a station is to really plan out all your modules before you launch them, kind of like this. Because then when you actually get into orbit with the stuff that you build, you know what modules are going where, and you have like a pretty good layout of everything. I mean, obviously I made a little bit of a mistake, but I can always fix that. You know, whereas if you build like a haphazardly module, there's a chance that you'll end up having to launch another one to make up for the fact that the one you launched wasn't good enough. And if it's like an integral part to your station, say it's like, you know, say it was like a part like this, but there's like 6 other things attached to it, and you need to change out one piece. That's, you know, to me, it's better to build in, you know, in the VAB, and then, you know, part it out and then launch it up one piece, or, you know, piece by piece. So, no winging it. No, winging it with stations is never fun. Just like building the mega ships and stuff. I wish I could go back and grab some of my old ship files or what have you of some of the ships I had that I built. That way you guys could see them. Let's see, where is... I think this is the one we built, yeah. All right, let's try this out. I don't have very high hopes of any of this actually working out the way I expect it to, but one can hope everything goes well. Just trying to make sure that everything is on here that we need. Let's see. I feel like I should throw like a little one of these little radars on it or whatever, the Kerbonet thing, but whatever. Let's just get this thing off the ground. Get them into orbit however you want. Whatever you feel comfortable with is all I can say. Yeah, we gotta do this too, because this is not right. That's going up there. This one, we don't have a fairing, so, or that doesn't matter. And that one. Okay. This looks good. Looks really good. Okay, let's go. Are these full of fuel, by the way? I thought I emptied them. That's the best time to check after you take off. Oh, did I leave fuel inside this specific part? Let's see, this isn't going very well already, I can tell. I don't have as good a control as I did the other time. And it feels like it's just really pulling down. Come on. Give me control back. Maybe if I turn on the main engine a little bit, I can get some control. This is not working very well. With the main engine on, I actually can control it, but oh my god, this is just terrible. Plus we're going way too fast and we're like really, really low in the atmosphere. Oh my god. Oh my god, come on. No, nope, that's not what I want. Get rid of these. Oh my god, we lost our engine. No, we're gonna die. Yeah, we're gonna have to throw some fins on here maybe or something just to give it a little bit more stability. Because this is not very controllable. The issue really isn't like with the thrust, or the center of mass not being lined up. It's just I think it's the aerodynamics of this. When all else fails, just slap on extra fins. That will solve your problem, almost always. Listen to me, I'm a rocket scientist. Let's see, just throw on an extra fin. Yeah, that like just like that. Perfect. Maybe that will give us some stability here. All right, and I did not fix the staging yet, but I can just do that real quick. Everything else is good. Let's get this off the ground, and we will go now. It's also off center on the launch pad too. That's just from building in the VAB though. Not too concerning, but whatever. Hopefully this fixed it. I mean, all we need to do is get past. Woohoo! New sub. That's always a good thing. Have fun watching like freaking a bajillion hours of my content that I have from like 2 or 3 years ago. Of all the mega ships and just all the stuff I've done. I've literally played this game too much. Oh yeah, no, I know I could lower the speed on that. I just don't really care. Because this thing, for the most part, has pretty good payload potential on it, so I'm not really that concerned with saving in the lower atmosphere with these guys. Because by the time I fire up my main engine is what I'm really concerned about. Yeah, and this looks like we got a little bit better control with the fins being a little bit higher. It's reacting a little bit better. At least I think it is. The minute you start talking about it is when it stops reacting the way you want it to. Come on. Wow. It's got a little bit of control issues right now, but it's not terrible. Come on. Oh, that's so terrible. All right. So this isn't terrible. Do not use my tutorials. My tutorials are all right, but they're definitely... I designed my tutorials with the idea of Basically, somebody knowing absolutely nothing about how to play this game other than just build big rocket, get into orbit, and that's it. If you want to watch my docking tutorials, but I can't really tell you how good they are. I mean, I really don't know. I haven't watched my tutorials in forever, but they're probably all terrible. And I'll admit they're probably very, very terrible. If anything, I would tell you to go watch Scott Manley's videos or on getting into orbit and all that kind of stuff. He probably will give you a better explanation than I ever could. But that's because he's Scott Manley. All right, let's see. That's looking great. Just need to bring this down just a little bit. Oh god. Yeah, this is a really bit. It's a little wonky, and I think it's just because of this module's not 100% centered and stable and everything else. Let's see. How are the lights looking? Are the lights on? Yeah, we don't need those on. All right, let's make sure the staging's right. Yeah, that's all good. Get rid of that. You served us well. You served us very well. And, oh, that would have been wonderful to decouple first. I would have been very happy about that. Yeah, that's kind of how I used to play the game when I used to take off, like really early in the, just way back in the day. I think I would like wait until I was like at 10,000 or 10 kilometers up, and then I would start making adjustments to my orbit. And I find that it's a little bit easier if you do it just kind of gradually. And also you do get a little bit of savings on the fuel. If you're playing manually, it's kind of hard to like do it perfectly every single time. So, I mean, once again, I play to have fun, and I like the variations. And to me, it's a game. You gotta make it a game. If you're looking at it, playing it with like mech jab and stuff like that, where everything's got to be absolutely perfect, that's your own thing. I'm not gonna knock you for it. If that's what you like, that's what you like. There's nothing wrong with that. But to me, I just enjoy the fact that there's, chaos everywhere. I don't actually remember that, to be honest, with no indicators. Um, Add a maneuver. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. We're gonna have to burn out a little bit further on this one. And like my docking procedure, if you watch what I'm doing, like stuff like this, it's very wasteful considering the amount of fuel that I'm going to expend just to get this docked up. If you were to take off at the right time, or if you were to at least plan it out properly, you could maybe go around a couple orbits and then have a much better opportunity to dock. Me, I just do this because I'm impatient and I just want to be docked up as soon as possible. All right. "36 seconds." It's a very strange noise. I think that's coming from my computer. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's like, all right. Speed up. Speed up. Yeah, this thing has a little bit of trouble staying centered. It wobbles. It's a little wobbly. And I also play this game a lot differently than most people too, which I know. Because everyone asks me why I don't use the docking mode. And I don't like docking mode at all. I learned how to dock just by using the same screen for everything. So I don't like changing things up. Let's see. All right. Here's our target. Stay on target. Thank you for the likes. Thank you very much. Matter of fact, if everyone could like it, I'd be very happy. Stay on target. Stay on target. All right, how far are we from this node? 1 minute. And we need to burn off 500 meters per second. These should be pretty well lined up now. Yeah. So the trick is, too, with this stuff, like, if you can't figure it out, and the best thing is just, all you have to do is get them as close as you can together, even if it's like 12, 13 kilometers off. And, once you're, like, out here, you can do a kind of a second maneuver and do a second burn and help line them up a little bit. That way they go down to, 0.5 kilometers or something like that, which I could probably get it down to 0 if I was, accurate enough. But, yeah, that's just one of those things that you learn over time. And I'm guessing we're probably pretty close to the station. I think it loaded in. My frame rate dropped just a little bit. Let's see, we're 1 minute away. I just kind of want to keep it around 1 minute. But I hope you guys are loving the stream. I'm enjoying it myself. And I feel like a lot of you guys have been impatient and waiting for my stream. I might end up doing another one after this, too, because I really don't have anything to do tonight. I had plans before, and then I just kind of canceled, and I might end up playing some World of Warships to kind of wind out the rest of the night. I don't know if you guys like that game, but I love it. Pizza or burritos? I will have to go. All right, I live in New York. I have the best of both. Yeah, that I pizza in a burrito, or I guess that would be a stromboli. I don't know. They're both very extremely good. I have like a place that's right down the street, and oh my god, it's like Chipotle but 10 times better. And you just want to make love to the burrito the minute you get it anywhere near your mouth. It's just amazing. I'll let this get a little bit closer, and then we're going to have to slow down. How far away are we? 3.7 kilometers. Okay. And we are 0.1 kilometer off. So I'll leave it like that, and then I'll let it get really close. And then we can do the burn off of the rest of this. And look at that, the sun is rising. Generally, I do the streams every Sunday. Or actually, no, not Sunday, Saturday. Every Saturday I do a stream. But last Saturday I wasn't able to do it. I had a few things come up. But I generally will do World of Warships whenever I feel like it a lot of the time. So, I mean, I set them up kind of on the fly. I did yesterday for a very short period of time, and I ended up just deleting the stream. So, but no, I don't. New York isn't known for its donuts, man. It's known for its pizza. Pizza. I mean, the bagels are all right, and I don't really care for bagels that much. I don't eat. I only eat pizza because I love pizza, but generally I avoid high carbs, so I don't really eat. I don't eat bagels. I never do bagels, but I mean, I really do like bagels. I haven't had a bagel in probably like a good couple of years. And my donuts, I usually just go to Dunkin' Donuts and get donuts. I'm a pleb. I like Dunkin' Donuts. Although I don't like their coffee. Their coffee is disgusting. All right, let's see. I wanted to smash into the station. All right, beautiful. So this is, we're going to have to do a few little modifications to our station. Modification to the station. This, it's hard to figure out which way I'm going to be pointing. We need to go up. So I think, yeah, there we go. Just like that. And then we got to go down and around and over. The Trump stuff, I don't really even care. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't really like to talk politics on YouTube because everyone the just talking politics is just it's cancer in general. So I generally try not to avoid it. I have the people I'm subscribed to that I enjoy from my politics, but it I don't, when it comes down to the Trump Tower stuff in the city, I really don't care. I really don't care. All right. I'm just going to turn this a little bit cuz it's going to make things easier to dock, and then we got to figure out the orientation for this. I know this is getting docked up right here. So we'll set that as our target and then start working our way towards it. And did I change the, yeah, I did. No, the politics doesn't ruin YouTube. It's just a lot of people generally don't have great opinions on a lot of things. And more people nowadays are concerned with their feelings than the actual truth of a lot of matters. So because of that is why I don't really like dealing with any of the politics on YouTube. As far as real life politics. I mean, YouTube politics themselves are interesting to me too. Like I don't know if you guys heard about the demonetization thing that's going on right now, but basically a lot of channels have lost a lot of their funding. If you watch my first video, you can watch me build a Westminster door chime. I believe that's what it is for Minecraft. I remember making it, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm making a revolutionary video. I'm gonna get so many views. Because at that time, that was when in that game, that's when like the sound blocks were a brand new thing. So I probably started playing Minecraft when it was like, I believe it was alpha at the time when I started playing. Beautiful. I should have saved before I did this, but whatever. All right, so I'm going to make some adjustments since this has to go on the other side. Now the good question is what? Let me I'm gonna save this. We're gonna go down to the tracking station. I'm just gonna double check the blueprint to see how everything's aligned because I'm a little confused right now. Everything seems a little backwards. Let's see. I should also be drinking some water right now. I have a can of soda, and that is all I brought with me. Okay, so that module is going to go that way, and then this... Okay, I kind of thought it was going to look like this, but I wasn't sure. It's goo sexy. So it's not that it's the sexiest goo. Initially, my name was Goose 11. It was what I was initially trying to go for, but um, it's a long story. Basically, I used to be Goose, and then my brother was Maverick, and then when I was playing World of Warcraft, I couldn't go in as Goose Sexy, or a Goose, so I ended up making my name Goose Sexy, and then after that, the rest is history, basically. All right, so that is going to be lined up kind of on the same side as that, and then this is going to be at a 45-degree angle on that on this side here. So that makes sense. We'll go back up to our station and align up all these crazy modules and get everything fixed up. And also, I will give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of the refinery and what I have planned. So the refinery is going to be much bigger than I initially planned on. And also, I also figured out a couple ways of reducing parts while making the base much bigger. Let's see. Turn on the RCS. All right, let's go this way. What are we looking at on RCS fuel anyways? I think we're all right. I didn't even check. Yeah, we're perfect. We're golden. All right, let's just line this up. And perfect. We'll flip ourselves around and then get this thing docked up perfectly. Or at least try to. Everything I try to get it as well lined up as possible, but most of the time I'm always off by just like a really like a minor little hair in some cases, just because I'm too picky. All right, let's get this back on. We'll get this docked back up. Gotta love the KSS. We just need like Bill or Bob or somebody in the station right now, but maybe our next launch on our next stream, maybe we'll send up a couple Kerpenauts. How do you use RCS? RCS is activated using R. Make sure this is lined up. Beautiful. Is it just me, or does the station seem like it's a little off here? Actually, no, that doesn't matter. That's just the orientation towards the sun. So we'll orientate it a little bit better because it's kind of not lined up right. Hello. Then we'll use time warp to fix the physics. Beautiful. All right, so that piece is put back where it needs to be. We'll decouple this. Actually, we'll transfer out whatever fuel we can, because it would be a complete waste to get rid of some or all of this. And all right, let's get rid of this, and we'll get this thing out of here because we have no need for it. Transfer or change the there we go. And we'll set this as debris. I have debris turned off, so that way I can just set something to debris and then it disappears on its own. That way I don't have to worry about it. Oh, to control RCS, to just control, like, you know, one direction for your translation controls to go up, down, left, right, backwards and forwards. It's I, J, K, L, and H and N. If that's what you're asking me, that's what those are the controls that are needed that you can use to do that. It's I, J, K, L, H, N. That's to do up, down, left, right. To do, you know, the normal, you know, if you to turn yourself around to do like a 360 degrees or what have you, you do use like WAS and D. But if you're, you know, trying to go in just like one general direction, that's what you would use. All right, let's see. This needs to be lined up a little bit like that, I guess. I don't remember. All right. Before this hits the solar panels and gives us a really bad day. There we go. Wow. Yeah, I'm trying to pay attention to this because the docking is a little wonky right now. There we go. Beautiful. So we'll quick save this. And now we have our own little docking station kind of set up here. So we can take this one, which is docked at the top, and we can kind of test it out. I can show you guys how this is supposed to work. We'll turn on the lights on the station. Looking beautiful. Looking absolutely awesome. So, yeah, that one's gone forever. And you will be our test subject. I've already done a Minmus station and a moon space station. Hell, I've done a Duna space station. If you look at my old videos, I have stations on all of the moons and Duna, and I think I did one for Eve at one point or another. Elu station. That would be interesting, but I feel like it'd just be more trouble than what it's worth. All right. Back ourselves up, and we'll dock up at our little docking station that we just added onto our station. Looking beautiful. I was always thinking station is Drez the like the whatever, I forget what it's called, kind of, it's not a planetoid, um it's like a, Jupiter. It's basically a minor planet. I can't think of the name of it right now. Let's see. It's beautiful. That is freaking awesome. So yeah, was it Dre's? I think Dre's is like right after Duna, right? Yeah. Yeah, dwarf planet. All right, so um we're pretty much done here with our station. There really isn't much else to set up, at least for right now. We do have now the ability to make fuel at our station. We have a little tiny bit of ore storage, and we do have fuel storage. So we do have the ability to do a few things now with the station, which is actually really awesome. I'm gonna quick save, and then we will jump down to the VAB, and I'm probably gonna end this stream and then start up another one, just to separate out Kerbal Space Program with World of Warships. But I'll jump over to World of Warships. We'll go to the VAB real quick, and I'll show you the refinery that I have planned, at least like the big picture of everything, for Minmus, because the refinery right now is like really, really, small. It's very much in its infancy. So we probably got like another good 2 or 3, or actually like probably like 4 or 5 missions that we're gonna have to do in order to get every piece down. So let's see. I can show you guys. So the Minmus fuel outpost, every one of these bases, I have a pretty much a setup of how I want it to look. So this is, with the Minmus one in mind, this is what the fuel storage station is going to look like when it's completed. So we only have like a few extra things that we need to add. Then with the other ones, where is it? Oh, there's the refinery. I'll show you the mining outpost. So this is like my basic plan I had for the mining outpost of everything. So, as you can tell, I mean, I already have everything pretty much on the surface if you go back to my older episodes. So this is already, and I worked out the problems with this. At least I think I did. I don't know if, because this was getting attacked by the Kraken and it was getting ripped apart. So that was repaired. At least I think it's working fine now. And then we have the refinery. So the refinery setup is right here. This is the entire refinery setup, and this is how it's going to look, at least once everything gets set up. So we have our voltaics now. We pretty much have this part right here, and that's it. After that, we have our ore tanks for storage, which will be all 4 of these. Well, these are separate modules, so there'll be all of that set up for all of these, so that will be able to hold a ton of ore. And then this is our refinery as far as to make the fuel our fuel storage and all that good stuff. So I want this to be able to create as much fuel on demand as we need. So this will be able to pump out like a massive amount of fuel in a very short period of time, and that's kind of the main point of that is the main point of like having this many refinery modules. You want me to fly a jet into the VAB? I can do that for you. I'm not going to build a jet though. Yeah, so that this will be the refinery. Once we get all the bugs worked out, this is what will be down there eventually. I mean, hell, I could get it there right now if I wanted to. Just whatever, do hyper edit and put it in there. If you want me to crash something into the VAB, I'll do that. I don't really care. But then after this, I'm gonna end the stream, and then I'm gonna come back with World of Warships. So if you want to watch that, the stream will probably be up. I'm gonna take like maybe a 5 or 10 minute break, and then we'll jump into some World of Warships real quickly. I'll even do the biggest plane. I don't know if I was doing. Yeah, I was screwing around with this one day. What is this one called? The Mallard. Oh, there we go. Yeah, let's launch this one. All right, let's get this crashed into the VA or whatever the VAB. I've actually gone to Kennedy Space Center and stood outside of the real VAB, and it is pretty big building. And I'm not very good at flying planes, by the way, if you guys haven't noticed. Oh god, oh god. Turn the plane. Oh my god, I got it. Yeah, that's beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna end the stream right now. Please like the video. If you want to become a supporter on Patreon, or you want to throw me $1 or $2, that'd be amazing. So, anyways, I'm gonna come back with more World of Warships. So I'm gonna end the stream now, and then I'll be back up probably like, in 5-10 minutes or so. So I'll see you guys then, whoever decides to come over. And yeah, so thanks for watching tonight, guys.